Oral lore in the Philippines during pre-colonial period. Oral lore or oral tradition, it is a form of human communication wherein knowledge, arts, ideas, and cultural materials is received, preserved, and transmitted orally from one generation to another. The variety and abundance of Philippine literature evolved even before the colonial period. The Philippines has a lot of literary works before it was colonized: folk song, folk narratives, and also the oral lore that exist in most ethnolinguistics groups that were passed on from generation to generation through words of mouth. Most common forms of oral lore are literary forms such as riddles or bugtong, proverbs or salawikain, lua, myth, legends, and epics. These are the most popular oral lore presented. To further understand, riddle is a statement, question, or phrase having a double or veiled meaning put forth as a puzzle to be solved. Example of this is, tumingin ka sa akin, ang makikita mo'y ikaw din. And the answer is mirror. Next is proverb. A proverb is a brief, simple, and popular saying or a phrase that gives advice and effectively embodies a commonplace truth based on practical experience or common sense. Example of this is, kung may itinanim, may aanihin. Next is the lua. A folk tradition mirrors the Ilonggo's folk's creative or poetic intuition. It encapsulates in a single form of workings of the creative mind of the Ilonggo folks or the common tao, the ordinary souls that one may meet in his daily existence: housewives, farmers, istambays, laborers, teachers, and even students. Ordinary as they are, their lua is a proof of an extraordinary mind whose creativity flows spontaneously from the soul. Next is myth. Is a legendary or a traditional story that usually concerns an event or a hero, with or without using factual or real explanations. This particularly concerns demigods or deities and describe some rites, practices, and natural phenomenon. Typically, a myth involves historical events and supernatural beings. Example of myth is si Malakas at si Maganda. Next is legends. It means that something which ought to be read. It is a story or narrative that lies somewhere between myth and historical fact. Example of legend is the story of the monkey and the turtle and why the piña has 100 eyes. Next and lastly is epic. Is a long narrative poem which is usually related to heroic deeds of a person of an unusual courage and unparalleled bravery. Example of an epic is the story of Biag ni Lamang. By studying Filipino literature reminds us to uplift our ways of living and recalls the nature of what we are and how we are used to be.